Welcome to Clickbait, and this is Tharsis, a game about dice and dismemberment, and inevitably death. Let's start a new game. Here you get 4 basic characters to start with, unlock more through completing missions. We are going to play on normal, which is more difficult than you would think in a normal game. Each crew member has a specific ability they can use, and once this game gets going, we will talk more about that.
We have prepared for any disaster, for every disaster. Not all of them at once. We can't turn back, but how can we go on?
So, in Tharsis, we have to survive a number of weeks to make it to Mars, with at least one crew member still alive in order to win, and the ship has to be more or less in one piece when we get there. J. Cross has been ejected into space, and Mapaya Musgrave suffered a fatal injury. They were working on here, and out into space they went. So we get each of our 4 characters. It's a dice game, so this represents how many dice each character currently have. Down the right side is their health and their max health. Left side shows their stress meters. Each part of the ship, the flight control, greenhouse, life support, operations, medical bay, laboratory, and maintenance, each have room-specific abilities, just as each character has a character-specific ability. So we got 11 damage and 27 damage that we have to rectify before the end of our turn, or else we're going to suffer 1 point of hull damage to the ship, bringing us from 3 down to 2. Or -1 health to each of our characters. So let's try and sort out this centrifuge damage first. We will bring the doctor in here. So click on roll, it'll throw our dice. We need a total of 11 points to repair. So what just happened there was that dice would go into stasis, which means you cannot re-roll it. It will be a 2 for the remainder of the turn, but we had 1 assist, which will block 1 negative effect, either injury, stasis, or void. Injury causes health damage. Void will remove the dice from play entirely. So let's hold on to that 6. Let's try and re-roll for some higher dice. 2 different dice for the exact same number. So let's just clear this room. Some other options, if we had 5 or higher, we could give 1 health to everybody who is in the same module. We could entirely recover the health for the character in play. And any extra dice that kind of you don't have a use for, you can put down here in research. And each one of these is like an extra little bonus that you can use to help. In the dice hold area, you can hold dice if you do not want to re-roll them, but not sure how you want to spend them yet. Finish deployment, clear that room. Since the mechanic has a lot of dice, let's put him up in there first. 4 dice, best we can actually hope for is 4 6s, which still won't clear the room. So that's kind of unfortunate. So we've got a 6 and a 4, which we'll put in there. Since we had no assists left, both of those 1s were put into stasis. So we're going to throw 1 down here just to start adding up our research projects. And we will take 1 point off of the total repair. And that's the end of his turn. Probably going to have to use everybody to clear this room out. Captain only has 3 dice. It's pretty unlikely that we're going to get 3 6s. And that same thing happens. We only got a 5 1 and 3. So we are going to have to put our last crew member in there to hopefully finish out that room, which she definitely won't be able to do because she only has 1 die, and that will never add up to more than 7. So we're all going to take 1 health damage at the end of this turn. So we're going to put Allison Silva into this room where we can regain dice. Doesn't matter what you roll, a 2 is fine, and she's going to get 2 dice back, and we will end that turn. So everyone's going to lose 1 health. The captain and the doctor are very close to death.
The crew's and my own. But if I can't lead them, we're all dead. I need to get it together.
Now, side projects. The higher everyone's stress level is, the more irrational the decisions they're going to come up with. So for your best chances, you try and keep their stress levels low. So we can either get 1 food, which will replenish 3 dice. But that's going to increase their stress by a significant amount. We can get 2 assists, which will increase their stress a nominal amount. I think at this point, we're probably better off getting the extra food so that we can get more dice. Now here we have 1 food we started with, the second food we just got. So since we get 3 dice from it, we're going to give it to the ones that are going to benefit most from it.
The Ectomy is equipped with an experimental disaster screening system that can give us an idea of what events are coming up in the turns ahead.
So since we did not finish that, it's still hanging around. We're going to have to get rid of that, or else the captain and the doctor are going to die. And also, we have a total of 3 damage to hull, and we only have a total of 3 HP on that, so destruction is imminent. So what do you want to do here first? So the purple is a void die. 15. Let's put the doctor up in here. Try and roll to get health for everybody in the module. That'll work. We will give everyone 1 health. We're going to hold on to that 4. Just so we don't totally bork this room. Hoping for another high. Perfect. So we're going to give ourselves 3 assists. That'll help us with the void die, and we're left with 4, 5, 6, and 7 to clear the room. That worked out really well. So let's put the captain into maintenance. Now with 3 assists, we're definitely not going to lose any die to a void. Void on 1 isn't that bad. You might get sometimes a void on like 5 or 6, and any high rolling dice are just going to disappear if you don't have any assists, and then you're screwed. So we're going to try and clear this room. So we can clear that room. Gets rid of the negative effects, so now we can re-roll these dice without any worry, hoping for 2 of a kind. Didn't get that. But we can get 1 die back and put that into research. Now the specialist can extra reroll, so we're going to save her and try and get some food. So 3 die with 8. Blew all of our assists, but we'll put that 5 in there. Let's hope for 2 high dice so we can get +1 to our... No. So we'll clear it with 3. And we will put 2 back into our research panel. Now with Allison, we can put her into the food greenhouse. Hopefully get 3 of a kind to harvest some food. Let's just re-roll all of them. Come on. Alright, so we got a pair, so we get 1 food back up here. And we'll put that 5 into the research.
I let my fear get the better of me, but the others have proven me wrong. I'm proud of how the crew has come together. I think we might actually have a chance.
Alright, +1 food, plus 30%, no movement damage. That means if you have to pass through the ship where a room is kind of contended or there's damage, they won't lose 1 health for leaving the room or passing through the room. Well, food and dice are important, and they're already pretty much stressed out, so a little more stress isn't going to kill them yet, hopefully. But we will fill up their dice. So these orange ones over here are injury dice. So injury on 3, 4, and 5. That is rough. So we're going to take the doctor. We're going to try and clear out the MOF fail. And hopefully still have a 5 or 6 so we can get assists. So we're going to hold on to one of those 5s. Use that one to take the room down a few points. Okay, so we can repair the damage, get our assists back. And we're actually going to use these 4 dice to decrease the stress of the crew, so hopefully next round we can have some better decisions to make and that frees up a spot. So we're not wasting that die. So now with 3 assists, we'll use the captain in this medium-high damage and horribly, horribly chosen injury die. So if I roll 5 5s, the assists will block 3 of them, but the 2 remaining 5s would cause 2 injury and effectively kill the captain. Thankfully that did not happen and we had those 3 assists, because that would have been a death if we didn't. So alright. So we're just gonna repair this room. See if we can't get a high. Alright, and we'll take 1 die back. The mechanic in here. Hopefully we can sort out that room and get some of our hull repairs. And no void. Nice. Excellent, no wasted dice. We're gonna put that 2 in here, just in case. I mean, that could screw us over if our next rolls don't ever have any 2s in them, because we're gonna bring the specialist in here to try and get some more food. So let's hope that she does get a couple 2s, so we can keep our dice levels up. Perfect. For 2 2s, we get 1 food. For a 3rd, we end up with 2. And we will just put that 5, 6, and the 4 into research. Since her class ability is just a reroll, we can't use any dice for her for extra bonuses.
I've checked our food stores, and it looks grim. We lost more than half our supplies with the module. If we don't find some creative solutions, we'll starve before we ever reach Mars.
Alright, so since they're not as stressed, we're getting some slightly better decisions here. We can decrease the stress over here, or we can increase the health for everybody, and these two are going to get a little bit stressed out. I think we're going to do that because we are low on health and we don't want anyone dying.
With the limited supplies aboard, it's unclear if we can maintain our strength for the long trip to Mars. There is another option. The body of Mapia Musgrave is still in the medical bay and has been well preserved. What is more important? The mission or our humanity?
So, Mapia Musgrave, or I like to call her Meat Pie Musgrave, she's the one who was well preserved, did not get ejected to space. You can basically resort to cannibalism. You can feed someone part of Meat Pie. They will get 2 dice back, but they will lose 1 of their max health. And also it'll freak them out for eating people, and their stress will go up. So since Kayla only needs 2 die, that's what we're going to do. You'll see her stress jump up. Her health went down 1, but she got 2 die. And we're going to keep our food and the rest of Meat Pie unless we need them later. So ideally I'd like to put one of these people with 4 die into here so that if possible they can clear the room and refill their die, the one that they're missing, plus the one that you lose for each time you roll. But they're going to take 1 damage to pass from this compartment into that one, since that one is under repair. So we'll just see if they can sort it out. And we didn't have to use up our 1 assist. And since we have 3 2s right there, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that and fill up our food supplies, because we're definitely going to need someone else to finish off this room. Which is going to be Allison Silva. So 1 assist saved that die. This one is put into stasis, and we did take injury from that. But we won't mess around. That's a pretty good solve. Prevent stasis, prevent void, and no movement damage in our research bar, to my knowledge, are kind of useless for high cost. So we're going to use 1 die, which it always starts at the lowest one, to shuffle those around. Plus hull, plus food, and health for the crew is a lot better, and now we can put that 1 back in there so it isn't wasted. So we will deploy the doctor. With no assists left, this is dangerous, and since she is a cannibal, she gets bloody dice. So that had total possibility for her to die on that. We kind of lucked out. And we do have enough die to sort that room out. And we'll see if we can't get a 5 or 6 to get 1. We cannot. So we'll get her dice back. Alright, let's patch the hull. So we get another health to our ship. And again, we don't waste a die. Alright, Captain is stressed out, so we got 2 options here. We could try and repair the ship more, or we could go down here and try and decrease the stress levels, which, since we have a lot of stressed out people, I think that's probably in the best interest. So those random choices that we have to make between rounds do work out in our favor. So we'll de-stress and hope for nice. So get our die back. Alright, so we have a 1 and a 5. So if we tuck that 2 in there, get everybody's health up, and we can put that 1 and the 5 back in there. And that was a really good round. We managed to clear the whole ship, get some people's health up, and get some dice back.
Transmission arrived, not from Earth, but from Mars, from Tharsis. An impossible signal from an impossible source. Is this what we're searching for? Who's transmitting this signal? Was there another mission to Mars? One sent before ours? Or is the message coming from someone else?
Alright, minus 30% stress there, not too stressed out. Plus 2 hull and minus 1 health. They're not doing too bad on health. So we will sacrifice a couple health just to get our hull up, because I have a feeling this next round we're probably going to run into some big troublesome rooms. And let's make some more cannibals, why not?
We've run out of fresh meat, but we can make more.
That is just sick. Yeah, so potentially 3 damage. That's a high recovery room with a void on 4. Alright, let's clear this room out so we can get into there safely. We will use the specialist to clear this room out, because her class ability isn't that great, except for when you're rolling for food. So we got 5, 9, 10, 11. And we'll throw that into research. Okay. So. The mechanic is really stressed out. I'd like to get him down here to de-stress him. So let's put the captain in here. Put our 2 big dice up here. Let's get our assists back so no one dies. Is it worth re-rolling these? I think it is. And it totally wasn't. We just lost 2 of those assists we got back. And they're not going to do any good for us. Doctor in here. Hopefully she can sort the room out and get a bit of health back for the captain and herself. So we can put that in there. See if we can't get a 4. Nice! Alright, that worked out well. Now we can take the mechanic in here to de-stress. Maybe get our last repair for the hull. We'll take the de-stress for sure. Cannot repair that last bit of the hull. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's refresh these. Don't like any of those. Alright, that'll work. How can we do this so we don't waste those threes? Alright, we'll give everybody a die back. Oh, I just screwed that up. Should have put the 2 and the 3 and used the override to get the 2 assists and then put the 3 back in. So that die is going to go to waste.
That suit, it's designed for the Iktomi. Nobody has them but us. So who are they? And where did they get them?
Yeah, like I said, no movement damage. That's not really worth taking, but minus 30% stress with no penalty for either team, definitely worth having. Look at that. 5 dice across the board. No one's gonna get cannibalized. Okay. Well, let's just make our way through the rooms. I doubt we're gonna be getting all of them cleared, but we will try. We need to do something good because our ship will barely survive. Didn't have to waste our assists. 2 6s and a 5. We'll take that. Alright. Let's take that roll anyway. You got a lot of health. Oh, could not have asked for a better roll than that. Just got that. Alright, since you have a lot of health, you can use our assist, and if you take some injury, it's not going to be the end. Alright, so we had an assist on that 3, but we only had 1, so we lost the other dice because of the void. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's just clear this room out. Now, should we roll to get some assists? Would that be the best thing to do? And only have 1 person to clear this room, or try and clear the room with 1 person. Let's just go for it. Just shy. So, on the plus side, we can... or we can't. I was gonna say we can sort this room out and get a die back for each of our... Man. Let's get some assists back. We'll get a die back. And why not? We'll decrease everybody's stress.
Of this video, the more it scares the shit out of me.
This is going a lot better than I had thought it was going to.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
So plus 2 health for us she's got full health. She'll benefit from it, and we'll lose 1 hull, which isn't a big deal. Not a bad trade-off. -1 dice for all crew. That's just like, that just cripples you. That's a complete waste. And not worth using any of our food just for a small top-up. So we've got 4 weeks left to Mars. Alright, with 3 assists, let's try and clear out this room. That's a nasty room. Injury die on 6. Let's put the specialist in there. Let's see if we can get... Maybe we'll go back to a safer room, try and get this MCC override. That will take an immediate 17 off of that room, which makes it a lot more likely to clear without it being horrible cluster F. So we'll put the doctor in here, try and clear out this room. Hold on to that, just in case we can reduce stress. Get some good rolls here. This is being really generous. That worked out well. So we're going to take the captain, we're going to go into that same room. Hope to get 4 die for research and 1. So 1. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is unheard of. I mean, if you have this game, you know this is ridiculously lucky. If you don't have the game, I definitely recommend it if you enjoy dice strategy games, anything like that. So we will finish our deployment. We will take our specialist, deploy them here. Right away we're going to use that. That brings the repair down just to 6. If we're lucky, we'll maybe get some dice in here and we can use this special tools just to finish it off without blowing through all of our assists. That is nice. We can put the 1 and the 2 in there, and effectively we can turn a roll of 3 into 7 and sort that room out. We're gonna get an assist back at the beginning of next round, so it's not worth wasting that 5. So we will put them into research. And with the mechanic left, let's go in here. So we get his dice back up, maybe put some repair on the ship. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's roll the dice this time. Alright, so that's going to go in repair, or into research. That'll go into repair, into research, and 2 dice back. That was an awesome turn. Being in that good shape this far in is great.
Those people, are they us? What's happening to them? Are we seeing ourselves? Oh, that's insane. What's happening to us?
So +1 hull on each, minus dice or plus stress. I mean, that's such minimal stress, and I never recommend giving up dice. We will give 1 food to Allison. We're wasting 1, but those 2 during gameplay are can be make it or break it. Alright, so we got injury and void in that room, so let's try and sort that one out while we have all of our assists. Well, we blew through 2 assists, but we can sort that room out, get those assists back, and we will re-roll this, hoping for a 1 or a 4. And we got a 2. Yeah, let's shuffle these. And those mostly all suck. Try and sort out the, let's say, next most dangerous room with that injury die. So we got 10 and 12 up there. Sort that out, and let's hope for a 1 and a 4. Did not. Alright, let's get an assist back. Yeah, let's shuffle that. Alright, decrease stress and get the same dice back. 10% stress decrease for essentially no cost. See if the doctor can't roll 4 6s. Definitely couldn't. Let's hope for some high rolling dice. Since we're gonna have to finish this room with someone else, we won't use that 1 and 3. We'll put it into our research. Get our dice back, we can sort out the room, and let's try for a 3 or 4, or maybe get some stress relief. That didn't happen. I think it's worth taking a food. Try and minimize dice wastage.
None of this makes any sense. It keeps changing. Is this real? Is this something that's happening now, or something that's going to happen? Can we stop it? And if so, how?
Alright, so getting close to the end, we want to keep their stress levels down just so they don't end up screwing each other over. Yeah, for all crew, that's a huge, huge impact. We'll take the health loss. We don't even need the hull repair because we're already full, but that 20%... why are they making such a bad choice? They're not stressed out at all. Again, not worth wasting the food. Minus health, 1 ship damage, 2 ship damage, and a lot of stasis. 30 repair room with a lot of stasis on some low numbers could really mess us up with our rerolls. So let's try and sort that out first. We're going with the captain. Hopefully maybe get a +1 die for the doctor's turn. Some nice big numbers there. So we go for reduced stress or an extra die. Yeah, let's go for the die. Re-roll and hope for 5 or 6. Excellent. We'll definitely take the stress reduction because we'll be able to clear that out with the next turn. Alright, sort out the room. Let's get a health back for the captain. And those fit nicely into research. And we're up to 4 points, so we have a 17 repair, which will come in handy. We can use that to sort out that room right away. Yeah, so let's do that one. So we got that room sorted out. Now we can't leave, that counts as our turn, so we're still gonna have to roll out, but we can get our assists up. Hopefully. This is where the extra reroll does come in handy, unless it does absolutely nothing for you. Hopefully the mechanic can sort out this room. That's a slim chance. Alright. Let's give everybody one... yeah, let's go for it. It's gonna be a waste on the captain, but it'll help everyone else. So give everybody a die. Now we got 5. Better chances of sorting out that 18 unless we get 2s and 3s with stasis. Alright, so we got... definitely... So we failed that by 1, which sucks. At least it's not going to kill anybody.
We've almost made it. After all we've been through, there's no turning back. It's a suicide mission. But then again, maybe it always was.
So we will definitely take the 2 assists. Minus 1 hull because our ship is in great working order, and we will save the food. Alright, so we are on the last week, so everyone has to be at the front of the ship in the flight control. Anyone left behind is considered dead. So we're going to move up everyone to the front. Since we're not at any danger of our ship blowing up, no one has to stay behind to repair it. We are going to have to pass through here. So the specialist and the mechanic, Pakal and Allison, are going to take some damage. But we will make sure that the doctor and the captain go in last so that we can boost our dice and our health. Alright, so we can prevent that 1 health damage. There, we can put everything else into research. And let's see what we can do here. We will give her 1 die back. And 1 health. The more food, health, assists, lower stress levels, dice, all that gives you a better ranking at the end. In case having to live through this hellish space nightmare wasn't enough and you really care about your score. We'll re-roll that and see if we can't get +1 hull. Doctor goes in. Give everybody a health. We'll shuffle these, see if we can't get anything. None of those help us. None of those help us. Minus 10% stress for the crew. We'll use that one. And last one in is the captain. We will give everybody an extra die. We'll give him an extra health. Kind of wrapped up all neat and tidy. And one more dice. And that's it. Everyone's going to lose 1 health, and we're going to lose 1 health to our ship.
There were times I thought we'd never make it. Times I doubted it would even be here if we did. But there it is at last. Mars. It's time to learn the truth. Mission accomplished. Do not expect survivors.
And that's Tharsis. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. If you did, give us a like, let us know what you thought of it, and subscribe. It really helps us a lot. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.